In the house, on the mantel, there's a lone picture of Felix holding 2-year-old Casey, snapped 13 years ago, long before the string of affairs. At least that's what I tell myself. I don't know what to really believe anymore, and long before Felix's descent into his full-blown midlife crisis. In the photo, a rough beard frames his strong jaw, and he's flashing a bright smile, a father beaming at his dumpling-faced toddler. Casey is bundled in a red parka, his golden locks springing from beneath a hand-knitted toboggan. When I unpacked the photo from the tissue paper, my intention was to put it on Casey's dresser, but it's always been on our mantel, and Casey lifted it from me and parked it there. I wasn't in a position to argue with him. He's been snippy with me ever since the divorce, as if his father's philandering was somehow my fault, so I have to pass by Felix every time I walk through the living room. But I've already managed to auto-block him each time I glimpse it, focusing instead on Casey's crimped face, captured mid-giggle. At least my bedroom is 100% Felix-free. No more stacks of serious, severe books of music criticism and design magazines arranged to disguise poorly hidden issues of Playboy. Now my weathered wooden nightstand holds my ever-growing collection of self-help books, Pema Chodron's When Things Fall Apart, Melody Beattie's Codependent No More, a few of Brené Brown's books, which I have yet to crack, and various yoga/meditation books. I've recently taken to reading a book of mantras just before I doze off at night. I am already complete, whole, and loved. The universe provides. I attract abundance. Love surrounds us in each moment of every day. My thoughts become my reality. Think positive ones. And so forth. I feel slightly ridiculous chanting these out loud to myself while I'm out in the yard gardening. I realize that most people would cringe if they heard me, but I swear they're already starting to help just a tiny bit. The yard work is helping too, and not just with my sanity. Now that my parents don't have to pay for the landscaping service, they apply the savings to the monthly stipend they give me to keep me and Casey afloat. Between that and living in their rental, my childhood home, rent-free, we just about manage to scrape by each month. Of course, there's alimony and child support, but Felix's lawyer friend managed to ensure the settlement was as favorable to Felix as possible. And seeing how I haven't worked since Casey was born, it's not as though I have any income of my own to contribute to things, which is something I need to figure out. So each morning, I work for an hour or so in the yard, tearing out weeds, plunging my hands into the ruddy clay earth, and sizing up the jade-colored carpet of St. Augustine grass to see where I might lay more beds for tropicals, and possibly even some herbs. It's a nice-sized lot, shaded by a stand of stately pines that thud their cones to the ground in winter, and it's calming for me to be out there in the early hours, listening to the backdrop sounds of my childhood. The sizzling hiss of cicadas, the drilling of woodpeckers, the gurgling of the neighborhood creek that winds along the backside of our property. Our small town in northeast Texas may not have the hipness and glossiness of Austin, but it's serene and it's home. Home. I'm home again. That's another mantra, but one that I made up, that keeps running through my mind while I'm out there tending to the property, as if to solidify the fact that this is my new home, and as if to make that fact less surreal.